Hey, I'm Cynthia Erivo. I'm here with BuzzFeed and I'm talking about my first times. First thing that attracted you to Harriet, the film. The fact that the story had never been told on the big screen, and I think that it is high time we did tell her story, so that's why I wanted to be a part of it. Who was your first real friend in Hollywood, and do you still speak? I can't remember who my first was because I kind of met everyone at the same time. It was quite a busy couple of years. You know who I was starstruck by? Janelle, when I first met her, because I was obsessed with her when she first came out. It was like the Metropolis album, two of those albums, and I went to see her in concert in London when she was in Shepherd's Bush, and now we're really good friends. Well, we're in this movie together. First song you put on when you're having a bad day. I Am Light by India Arie. I am light, I am light. Finish the sentence. I want to be the first person in Hollywood to have opened a performing arts school that can communicate both in the UK and here in the US. So it's like interactive. That could be cool. Tell us about your first time performing on the West End. The Color Purple, that's the first show I did. It was epic, and clearly it changed my life, because that's why I'm here. First celebrity crush. I'm not saying that because I get in trouble. Okay. First line that pops into your head when someone mentions the color purple. I think it makes God mad to see the color purple and not notice it. First time you bombed an audition. I don't think I've bombed an audition yet. Have I? I don't think so. And I'm really not lying. I genuinely don't think I have yet. I don't really want to. First person you called when you won a Tony Award. Does it count if you called them out when you were on the stage? If it counts, then I called my mum. She was the first person I told. Well, she's the first one I mentioned. She was there, but... And then I called my sister. Describe your first bad date. Do I say that out loud? It was bad. He had braces. First time you got turned down for a role you really wanted. What was it? Well, obviously I didn't really want it, but I can't remember what it was. Never mind. First impressions of Leslie Odom Jr., Janelle Monáe, and Joe Alwyn. So Leslie Odom Jr. and I know each other very well. The first time I met him was at a friend's wedding, and I was like, oh, he's nice, he's cool. Very cool. He thought I was a child. He actually literally thought I was like her 12-year-old cousin for some reason. Apparently I look young. Thanks, Leslie. Janelle was lovely. She really, really sweet. She was effusive and kind and funny, and I realized that she was as small as me. She's tiny. Joe is extremely tall. He's the opposite. Very, very tall, but very sweet, and was worried about me whilst we were on set. So I was very glad that he was the one playing opposite me because I knew I would be taken care of. First thing you tell yourself when you feel like giving up. Take a breath, you'll be fine. Get on with it. First time you were starstruck. I mean, it's probably when I met Oprah the first time. We were rehearsing The Color Purple and actually singing The Color Purple with the whole cast. It was towards the end. Everyone saw her come into the room, and because I'm me and stubborn, I refused to stop singing. So there is a video of me hugging her and singing very loudly in her ear, because in my head I was like, we are not stopping this song, people. We're gonna sing this song. We're gonna do this song and make everybody proud, okay? We're going to impress. First item you ever took from set. This is gonna get me into trouble. Sometimes they let me take my shoes or an item of clothing, just so, because it reminds me of the character. Did I get anything from The Color Purple? I don't think I did. Just the cards and stuff that people sent. First time you realized you wanted to be a performer. When I was 5 and I did the nativity play, I was a shepherd and they made me sing Silent Night by myself. I liked how people reacted and I thought, well, if this makes people happy, I might as well continue. So that's what I've been doing, trying to make people happy ever since. First funny memory that comes to mind when thinking of the Harriet set. There was nothing particularly funny. There were some really wonderful moments. We tell the story all the time because it was epic. There's a moment when she steps over into freedom and the sun comes out. That day was terrible, like the worst day ever. So we get to this spot where we're supposed to be shooting it. The scene begins with me coming up in a horse and carriage, and the sun starts to come up. Now mind you, it had been rainy and dark all day. Sun starts to come up, I get out of the buggy and I walk up to the point and I do a jump, and the sun bursts out through the clouds. It's like orange and reds and yellows, and it's blaring at my face, and my face looks amber in the film. That is not CGI, it's not lighting, that's the actual sun on my face. And then I look to the right and there's a double rainbow, a real double rainbow. So that was pretty cool. That's all. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out Harriet November 1st, all theatres right now. Go get your tickets, they're on sale. Bye.